I'm doing my video tonight. It is now 2 a.m. For real, I had the best night tonight. Like, I had the best night. Um, I made a Snapchat a couple days ago or yesterday. It's hard to remember now. But the point was, I was going to be doing a, shit. I was gonna be doing a shout outs tonight to get people out there, but also the main point of it really was to be able to get my cause out there and to be able to also get the cause out for the other thing that I'm doing is we're getting votes from kind.com, and they do causes where people can make up things and then they'll donate money. 50,000, I think, or 10,000. That's a big difference, but it's one of those. And one of the causes is to buy propane for the Oglala Lakota. I can't think. I'm sorry. It's for the Pine Ridge Reservation, and because so many people they can't afford the propane, they can't afford the gas bill and such like that to keep their homes warm, and it's negative 40 degrees, and people are literally the elderly are dying in their homes in the wintertime because they literally froze, or they're getting frostbite, all sort of things like that. So all you have to do is go to kind.com and then find causes and then look up Pine Ridge propane, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I just totally bombed that, but that's what you need to do. um, anyway, I'm so sorry. But please do that because it is very important, and it just takes a minute. You have to make yourself like a password, and then you can vote. But you can also vote for all sorts of other things. It's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely do that. It's important. It means a lot to me, and certainly mean a lot to them. But yeah, I what I did was I mentioned it to on a few different websites that I was going to be doing that, and then I was actually super surprised how many people added me and then chatted with me all night because I posted that I was going to be on until 2 a.m. and I'd be talk to people and I would answer every single chat that came my way, and I did. I did. I have such a migraine. Like there was one point where I had to take a break and just lay down because um, something about making faces and staring at the phone for that long and all that stuff. Like my eyes were crying and I wasn't even crying, but they were crying, and like I couldn't even open them all the way. It was awful. So, but I what I did, I just laid in the dark and I was still snapping people in the dark, So I did my damnedest. But yeah, people really helped out. There were lots of votes that came in. Thank you. I did check on that. To everybody who did it, thank you so much. Like you have no idea how ecstatic I am just about that one thing. But I got to talk to a lot of you, and that was super fun too, to be able to do that. And I actually had some pretty deep conversations ish, as deep as you can get on Snapchat. Um, so it was so much fun. People actually like they told me things about themselves. I got to know people. Um, but also, it's been such an interesting day leading up to it. I won't go too far into it, but there have been so many coincidences today. It was just weird. But I'm happy about it because I actually talked to 5 different people that I look up to. You know, um, it was amazing, like that these people just uh suddenly were there, and I was just like, I mean, I was almost like starstruck. It was crazy. Not because I was like, oh my gosh, this person's so hot, or oh my gosh, you're so famous, or whatever. Um, it's just that each one of these people actually affect me at some point in my life where I look up to them because of um, something that I find, I don't know. You see what I'm doing? It's so late. Ah, but yeah, the I'm lost for words still. I'm still excited about this actually, because like I legit fangirled these people. Like I freaked out at some point and I calmed down eventually because there were so many things going on that eventually I did just start I did snap a couple of them like a normal person eventually. But yeah, it was awesome. One of them actually asked me to not say it on YouTube, which I still take as awesome because either they just figure that everyone has a YouTube or that person knows I have a YouTube, which just yes, you know. So I'm still elated about that. But that was actually the one I was the most excited about. But whatever, I didn't say it. The one of them though, his name is Juan, and he is local here, and he does a lot for the homeless people locally and for Big Brothers Big Sisters, which I like to uh, donate my time to quite often, well as much as I can. Um, but I had never actually spoken to this person before. I mean, we've emailed back and forth. I've done things for them, but I've never actually met him. And I was super psyched to talk to him tonight. That was so cool. Like, just wow. I look up to this person because he just had a vision in his mind, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something. And I look up to that immensely because that's what I want to do. I have a vision in my mind. I have something I want to do, and I want to just go for it. And I don't want to be like, you know what? I'm scared to do that, or I'll fail. Because if I feel like if we can visualize it, we're already partly there. That means we can do it and we already know we can do it, but we don't want to put our time and effort into it and not have it work out, or to, half-ass it or just not finish or whatever. But yeah, I look up to him for that because that's amazing. He has made great strides here. He's done so much, and I was so excited to talk to him. And he's a local person. I'm a highly excitable person, so I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, like if there's somebody I look up to, is like, you're famous to me. The other person, whom I totally fangirled her, Jackie Andress, awesome person. I think that you should look up her Facebook. Um, she is hilarious. I look up to her in a way because not only is she female and she's funny, but she's presenting herself in a way that is not uh, degrading to women. Yet she's still funny. She's still somebody who somebody could laugh at, and somebody could say, you know what, I can do that too. I can do that without showing my boobs, or whatever. Plus, she's taking things that are normally that somebody would normally call stereotyping or whatever, like trust me, it happens. People are stupid. But she takes it and she puts it in a humorous way that also says something. And, it's actually very cool, that she can do that, that she can use her humor in that way. That instead of it being a bad thing, it's kind of, like saying, hey, this is the way it is, let's laugh about it. I think it's hilarious. I've seen all her videos, and I'm hoping, I've told her this tonight, that she keeps making more because I can't wait to see them. And you guys should follow because, well, she's awesome. She's on my page. You should follow her. Just find her. Um, yeah, definitely do that. The and what number am I on? The fourth person who snapped me today was Aztec from Brownkenshine, and I freaked out. Like, uh, for real. Like, hyperventilation. Uh, I made a fool of my damn self, freaked out. Like, I don't know. I look up to this person because not only is he around my age, um, he you gotta look at the music, and then you'll understand. If you appreciate the music, you'll understand that this guy, the lyrics. Let's go with that. The lyrics. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even gonna try because I will put it to shame. But there's this song that's one of my favorites, Shooting Star. You know, when I hear this song, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like he knows. Because that is what I want to be. You know, I want to be up there. And I want to be able to just go. I'm not making sense, you guys. I'm so tired. Like, bags tired. That was gross. But yeah, his lyrics, you know, it's like sometimes when you just find some lyrics and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's me, you know? Or there's this other song, I'm Done. It's a great song. It's a great song. Look it up. Go to YouTube because you know you're already here, and just look up Brown Can Shine, and it's great. You know, it's really cool. Definitely do that if you you know like it. Then you should just. I don't know. I actually haven't found a way that I can download it yet. I'm not sure if I can. I'm talking in circles again. I think I just skipped over something that I was about to say. I don't even know myself. But yeah, that was super fun. I was so excited. Like, I finally calmed down eventually, and things went sort of okay. I was trying to get a message to him. I was trying to tell him to look up so he could vote. Blah blah blah. Um, it had gotten late, and it is so late now. But even cooler, uh, on his last one that he sent me, he said, "Well, you better take what is it called? You know, shoot. You know when you take a screenshot." I am a technitard, you guys. I'm so retarded when it comes to stuff like this. I don't know. It's a screenshot. He said, "You better take a screenshot." I was like, "Okay." So I try. And then he turns the camera, and guess who's here? Mike Scott. And I was just like, like I freaked, and I did not get him in the picture, but that's okay because I still got Aztec, and that's okay with me. But yeah, so now I can prove it. It happened. But I was actually so mad. Like I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's here. Cause like I was just like I gotta tell someone. I'm like looking around, and of course at that moment, no one is there. Yeah, not that anybody who I actually know and am around very often know who any of these people are. But to me, they're a big deal because they have something, you know, that I connect to. And I look up to them in that way, you know, whether I'm listening to their lyrics or watching their videos or listening to their speeches. I totally do that. All of it, you know. It made an impact on me in my life, and I hope that everybody finds someone that impacts them, whether it's a speaker, whether it's music. I think we've all got music that impacts us, but hopefully it does it in a positive way. That's important. But anyway, I digress. Going back, when I saw this pop into the corner of that short video, I freaked out on the inside. Like all of a sudden, I was like in awe, and then I was like super giddy, and then suddenly it just hit me like right in the chest that this this is a person whom I look up to in such a big way because this person unknowingly picked me up out of the dirt, brushed me off, and set me on my way. Because when I found that speaker, I had just I had just hit the ground and I could not fall anymore if I if I tried to dig myself into a grave, I that's the only way I could possibly get lower at that point. It just everything was suddenly ripped away from me, and that day, um, I actually wrote him a message because I wanted him for some reason to know. Um, but I thankfully got over that because, at some point you do realize that you don't need people to know how far you've come. You don't need somebody to, you don't need to tell somebody like, hey, you helped me, or hey, I've come from here all the way up to here. You don't need somebody to know because you know. And you are really the only person that needs to know how far you've come. But, I was still elated, like, oh my gosh. But, after I realized this, I really started to realize after seeing, that's all it took is to see that one face that I look up to so much. And that helped me, and I looked up to in such a way that every single day, these words were coming into my head because somehow every day the exact right thing was said. And I read it on my Facebook feed or wherever. And it really did get into my head, and it wasn't his words anymore. I turned them into my own words, and uh, you know I picked myself up out of the dirt. Really, I brushed myself off. Really, I noticed that. That's what I noticed today, and I realized how far I've picked myself up and how far I've gone. And you know what? That is the thing that made me so happy today, is that after that I was able to look myself in the mirror for the very first time, and I wasn't looking at my hair and I wasn't looking at my makeup. I was looking at me, and I've never ever really done that before. And I looked at me and I smiled at myself because I realize now that I've become somebody totally different. I realized tonight that I like myself. I finally am happy with where I'm going. I'm happy with the person I'm becoming, and it's not anything I've ever really felt before. And but it was not weird. It wasn't weird to have these thoughts. It wasn't weird to be able to smile at myself and actually see myself. And it might sound crazy, and it totally does because I can hear it too. But it's true. It's amazing. And honestly, I'm very excited about where I'm going, and I'm so excited to take another step. I'm also so excited that I got to talk to these people, but quite honestly, talking to these people is not really what brought on all these thoughts and feelings. It started it, but I finished it. And damn it, I'm gonna keep finishing it. I'm gonna keep going. And when it is all finished, I'm gonna be happy with what I became, what I've become, what I made of myself, what I did. I want to look back and I want to be like, you know what? I'm proud of myself. And you know what? Right now, I am proud of myself right now. I'm not done for sure, but I'm damn proud of myself. I hope that you guys make it proud of yourselves. I hope that you guys are moving forward in a way that makes you happy, because that's what the whole thing is about, you know? If I hope that one day you guys are able to look yourselves in the mirror, if you can't right now, and look at yourself and smile. Tell you what, it's funny, but I gave myself a fist bump again today because I deserve it. uh, but yeah, you guys, that's my story of tonight. I'm excited. I'm happy. I hope that I still feel this way tomorrow. This was a hella freaking long video, I just noticed. Oh, wow. But yeah, I'm going to bed. Well, okay, I'm not going to bed. I'm going to go find some food because just as I started that sentence, my stomach went. That means I'm hungry. So I'm going to go upstairs and find some food. Good night, you guys. And really, for real, it's worth it.